Hey guys, what's up? It's Tim, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about the comparisons that I found between Call of Duty Warzone and Call of Duty Blackout, obviously part of Black Ops 4. And so yeah, I'm going to be getting into just my completely subjective opinions as to both games so far, both game modes, and just an overall perspective from someone who's played both a decent amount. I'm not going to say I've played Warzone a ton, but I have played a lot of Blackout compared to a lot of people. So yeah, if this is something you're interested in, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's jump into it. Right off the bat, I'm going to talk about some of the pros I think about when it comes to Blackout. I'm going to start with Blackout and then get into Warzone and then get into the comparisons overall. So yeah, here we go. When it comes to Blackout, I really do like a lot of the aspects in it. I like the map. I like the vehicles, the fact that vehicles can't shoot people. I like the landing. The landing is, in my opinion, superior to Warzone's landing, where you have to, open a parachute a bunch of times. You can't land as far from when you jump in Warzone in comparison to, you can land a decent amount of distance away from where you jump in Blackout. So yeah, going along with that, Blackout also has a lot more weapon variety so far, I think, in terms of customization, which is either a good thing or a bad thing. Personally, I like both. I don't dislike either method of, either just finding a rare, uncommon, or legendary weapon in Warzone versus just finding a gold weapon in Blackout, or a weapon and you have to pick things up. When it comes down to it, I do think that the Blackout method is a bit more fair because Blackout, you can pick up a gun and pick up, various things to suit it out to your playstyle, versus how in Warzone, you kind of just have to use whatever gun you're pick up, and it might have some attachments that you don't want. It might be silenced or something like that. We don't really know yet. But as far as customization goes, Blackout definitely beats Warzone, but that's not necessarily a good or bad thing, because a lot of people don't really like the customization. They think it's too complicated. You fully deck out your gun and then you turn around and get killed by a camper, and then you feel like, what's the point? Some people just want that quick, pick up a gold weapon, pick up an uncommon weapon, pick up a common weapon, and just go to work with it. Some people just want to do that. The next thing about Blackout is the perks. The perks are very interesting in Blackout. They don't last forever, similar to how field upgrades don't last forever in Warzone. There's way more variety, again, way more customization, but in that, there's a lot of useless perks. There's a lot of perks that, people don't want to pick up. People just think it's useless in your backpack inventory. And speaking of backpack inventory, there is no backpack in Warzone, so you can only carry one lethal, one tactical in Warzone, in comparison to Blackout, where you can carry, I guess, technically up to 10, maybe 11, including your current spot. So you could, theoretically carry 11 cluster grenades, or 11 concussions, or Molotovs, or throwing knives, right? Versus in Warzone, at the most you can carry is like 2. I think if you run a munitions box, you can carry like 2 C4s, 2 Semtexes or frags, something like that. I do think Warzone is better in this way, because it's much more reliant on gun skill and strategic positioning, versus chucking 5 frags at a team and then getting a lucky blast. That's not as fluid, it's not as fun of a result when it comes to fighting other teams. And when it comes to teams, let's talk about fighting in general. Let's talk about time to kill. Personally, the time to kill in Blackout is okay. It's not great. Everyone starts with 150 health, and then the armor adds, I don't know exactly how much, let's say like a couple extra shots. I don't think it's ever been completely tested. Maybe it has and I just missed it, but level 1 provides a little bit, level 2 provides a good amount, and then level 3 provides the same amount as level 2, but with headshot protection, which is useful when you're head glitching and going over barricades and things like that. I do think that Warzone's armor system seems to be better. Armor is much more, out there. I don't know what the word is. It's more available in comparison to just level 1 armor everywhere, sometimes level 2. Going along with that, I think that the armor plates in Warzone is pretty useful as well, and it makes it seem like it's worth picking up, because you can stack 5. You always have to, fix 3. So, you can't just hoard a bunch of armor and, just keep fixing it over and over, kind of like how you could a little bit in Blackout. Honestly, in this aspect, the armor part is fairly similar. I'm not going to go ahead and say that either one is way better or not. but personally, just from an ease of standpoint, I think armor in Warzone is superior. And going along with that, I think that the health regen in Warzone is superior as well, because I really don't like, you know, just running away from an enemy and then having to heal armor, having to use perks, reload my gun, and heal. Like, it's just so much in Blackout. And you know, you might think I'm just complaining for this reason, but like when it happens and you're facing off against like maybe 2 teams or something like that, maybe you're in solos and people just keep coming at you in the final circle, it is a lot to manage. And obviously better players are going to be more equipped to handle that aspect of the game. But in Warzone, it just makes it a lot simpler. It's one less thing you have to worry about. All you have to do is worry about your armor and reloading your weapon. I guess the overall concept I'm trying to get at here is that Warzone seems to be more simple and fluid than Blackout. So, you know, down from so many things to carry, the weapons are so much more simple. You know, you pick up a good weapon, pick up a better weapon, and you know, maybe it's a different color and it's just a better weapon in that way. Either way, I think that Warzone is a lot more similar, not similar, it's a lot more simple than Blackout. And it seems like we as a community kind of like that. You know, we kind of like the simplistic aspect of it. We also like the respawns because, well, I'm not gonna say we anymore, but me personally, I really like the gulag. Not necessarily the fact that it's like just, oh, it's cool or something, but I like the fact that you can come back multiple ways versus in, you know, if you're playing solos, duos, or quads in Blackout, all you can do is just watch your teammate once you die. Like, maybe they can rev you, but that's about it. There's no way to come back. And they introduced some ways to come back in some limited time modes like Hot Pursuit and Hot and Heavy, other game modes like that. Alcatraz is really fun because you constantly come back. That's why I like, you know, Alcatraz more so than regular Blackout. But Warzone introduces a way that you can just continuously revive people from the gulag. You get, you know, one shot at it. If you win, you come back. If you lose, you stay out. But there's still another way you can come back in, is if people pay 4,500 coins or cash, which seems like a lot, but it's not really that much, especially like later in the game if your team is still alive, and they can just revive you like that, and boom, you come back. And you know, that's a big thing about Blackout, not Blackout, sorry. That's a big thing about battle royales in general, is that if you can't come back, it just really doesn't feel great. And the fact that Warzone gives you, you know, multiple opportunities to come back gives you just a reassuring feeling, in my opinion. And I think it's a lot better this way than in Blackout personally. So honestly, I know I play Blackout a lot. And I think Blackout has some things better than Warzone. I think the gunfights might be a little bit better. The map, I think so far, is a bit better in terms of how small it is in comparison to Warzone. Sometimes Warzone feels like you're just running forever. I don't really get that feeling too often in Blackout, but hey, when Warzone adds up to 200 players, it could change, right? So yeah, we don't know about that for sure yet, but these are the biggest key differences that I saw between Warzone and Blackout. So yeah, let me know what you think so far in the comment section down below about Warzone. Apparently from this article here, over 6 million players have played Call of Duty Warzone in the first 24 hours. That is a lot. Obviously, being free to play, and you know, you don't even need PSN Plus. Obviously, those kind of things help with the numbers, but still, there's a lot of interest in this game. I know I follow a lot of people on Twitter. I'm also tweeting a lot these days about Warzone, and it's pretty positive. You know, not many people are getting bored. Not many people are complaining about the game. It's an overall pretty positive reception. So if I was Activision Blizzard, I would see what they did right there and try to emulate that going forward. I do think that, or not think, but I do hope that Warzone is a game that is completely polished and just gets updated. I'd rather see Warzone get way more updates than the Modern Warfare multiplayer for obvious reasons. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I don't really post Modern Warfare gameplays that often anymore. It's not really something I like playing, not really something I like watching. So I'm not really going to participate in that. By the way, I think you were probably watching Black Ops 4 gameplay for some reason. I I played a few games of Warzone, but the files got corrupted or laggy or something. I could not use those, so just, you know, spliced together some Blackout or Black Ops 4 gameplay. I also don't have Blackout gameplay. I don't have Blackout gameplay with sound, so I figured it'd just be better to just, you know, show you guys something entertaining. And honestly, people don't really like watching battle royales on my channel anyway, so hopefully you enjoy the multiplayer gameplay that you saw. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And until my next one, I will see you then. Peace out.